Welcome into Box Office Quarterbacks. Back at it again with my friend Ahmed. Here to talk about another new addition to something we really loved in our childhoods. We're probably going to have a difference of opinion today. We are talking about Good Burger 2, the reteaming of Keenan and Kel after decades and decades of waiting. Ahmed, initial reactions.
Jeff, I'm coming down from a cold and I was starting to feel better, and you made me watch the rest of the movie. And I'm sorry to say, folks, I still didn't finish it, but I got through an hour begrudgingly. And all I can say is, why?
I told
Why,
him
why, why?
He told me that he only watched 20 minutes of it, and I told him we couldn't
10,
do
and then I
10
tried
minutes.
again, and then I tried another 10 minutes. I'm like, nope, I can't do it. I can't
I
do
will
it.
I will say this, Ahmed. You were right when you texted me earlier today, where you said that this humor worked a lot better when we were younger, and that
Yep.
is true. I did really love seeing Keenan and Kel back together. I don't think they ever should have, uh, moved apart because I really did like them as a comedic duo. This movie is about as rushed of a movie as you could possibly get. The plot is pretty straightforward. It's almost the exact same plot as Good Burger 1. Um, there were some moments that did make me laugh, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, Kel is still a pretty funny guy. The fact that he has a family now of like 15 kids that all look like him, I thought was pretty damn funny. Keenan,
Where does this movie take place?
it is in California, I believe,
Okay, go ahead,
in
continue.
LA at Good Burger. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
Jeff, I live in Texas where the houses are supposed to be a lot cheaper. I have a good job. My wife has a good job. I don't have a house. This man is SpongeBob come to life and has a whole ass house.
Oh my god, that's a great comparison. He pretty much
How
is
I don't have
SpongeBob.
any kids. I don't have any kids. I
The
have two
cats are your
cats.
kids. Cats are your
Yeah,
kids on it.
fuck them kids.
Oh
but
man,
but but this man has a dog and a bird and four kids, and yet is able to afford all of this.
he's the CEO of Good Burger,
It's
and he
it's a
gets
cartoon
tricked.
come to life.
It is a cartoon come to life, but all that was also sketches of cartoons come to life, and that's what this is based off of. You know, this is not the worst thing I've ever seen. It really isn't, and we've had worse episodes of this show that we've had to do, but I will say that it held my attention the entire time. I thought some of the cameos were pretty funny. Like, you have Rob Gronkowski in here. You have like a lot of SNL alums, obviously, because Keenan is still on SNL. Um, there is a new company trying to take over Good Burger. It happens. It's the same plot of the first movie. I uh, will say that there's some fun stuff in here. Do you have anything that you liked about this movie, Ahmed?
The only thing I liked, one small thing that I liked, is when they were sitting on, I guess, the roof, and they both start making, unintelligible noises to each other, where it ends up turning into scatting. I was like, okay, that's a little cute. That's about it. That one little bit I thought was cute. Everything else, nope. I couldn't do any of it.
Even the Carmen Electra stuff, I thought that was funny, where it's just like
I
a
like that
bait
they
and
played the
switch.
song Roxanne. I was like, oh, Roxanne. I love that song. Uh, and, finding out that that's not his wife, that was a bait and switch. Carmen Electra still looks amazing. Good for her. Uh, Other than that, no, nothing.
I will say that Dex, played by Keenan Thompson, is still a horrible friend trying to take Ed's money decades later, taking
30
advantage
years later, he still hasn't learned his damn lesson.
taking advantage of live action SpongeBob SquarePants. It really is very disheartening to see. Um,
And is about to get his legs cut off by by Mark Cuban.
oh yeah, Mark Cuban is in this movie for five
He plays a loan
seconds.
shark.
It's a big stretch. Uh, uh, is there any favorite characters for you in this
Mark
movie,
Cuban?
Ahmed?
I don't know. Jesus.
Well, let's put it this way: would you like to see Keenan and Kel do more stuff in the future? Because I think we
No.
need to throw out our normal format of this show out the window. We've had several nostalgia based reviews this year. We've had Power Rangers Once and Always. Um, this is slightly worse than that, and that is
I
saying a
also
lot.
I also did a review on our website, boxofficeqbs.com. If you click the review board, you will see my open letter to Hollywood saying, stop making reboots and sequels. I will reiterate that saying again. That article was published last year. My sentiments remain the same. Um, you know, take it from a historian, a trained historian. I'm not just some jerk off that's like, oh, I have a master's in history. No, I am actually published. Not bragging, but I am
Humble
saying
bragging. Humble
humble
bragging.
bragging. uh, let the past die. Quit living in the past. There are moments whenever we kind of go, oh, it would be cool if they did a sequel to Space Jam. And then what happens? We did it, and then it ends up being a total disaster. Um, in the movie Ted by Seth MacFarlane, they watch Flash Gordon and Mark Wahlberg and the teddy bear talk about, oh, what if they remade Flash Gordon, a football player, blah, 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 blah. Tom Brady could do that. Tom Brady could do that. This is stoner talk, but nobody's doing it. And if they make this because of this episode, then let me get a writing credit or something. You know what I mean? Let us get some royalties. But god damn it, the point I'm trying to make is they need to cut it out.
Well, joke's on you, Ahmed. They did make a Ted prequel series, so
Yeah,
uh,
I
it
know.
it
It's
is like it's your point flipped on itself. But I will say that I am a sucker for nostalgia. I will watch it every single time. Was super hyped on the Power Rangers stuff when that was coming out. This not so much. I didn't think it looked good from the trailer. If they made another one, who knows if I'm going to watch it. But this is kind of the business model of Paramount Plus right now, where they're rolling out sequels to Nickelodeon shows. You had, was it Zoe 101 come back in a movie? You
iCarly.
had iCarly come back. Uh, like, what else? What are we going to do next? Like, if it wasn't for Drake
They're
Bell's
not going to
legal
do.
problems, it
They're
would
not going
be
to do
Drake and
another
Josh.
Ned's Declassified, where Devin Werkheiser was talking about doing a show where it was going to be like how to help people with their taxes and shit like that. Uh, I don't know. That might have been entertaining. At least the thought was nice. But I just would have loved to be in the room where they pitched this idea and they're like, no, that sounds dumb as hell. And then someone said, hey guys, what if we did a Good Burger sequel? And they were like, no. You know who I blame for this? Jimmy
Who's that?
Fallon.
He was really
It's
pushing hard
all,
for this.
yeah, this is all Jimmy Fallon's fault. I'm sorry. When did we ever need advice from Jimmy effing Fallon?
Let me ask you this question: would you rather have got a Good Burger 2 or a continuation of Keenan and Kel the series?
I wouldn't have wanted either of those. One, because I didn't have cable growing up, so I never
Oh
got to
man.
watch Keenan and Kel. Two, again, just let the past die. Keenan already has a thriving career in SNL. Just let them live their lives. I don't know what Kel's been up to. I hope that he's doing fine, that he's not desperate for work. If he is, I'm so sorry. Um, but just come on, guys, enough. Like people keep bitching about all these Marvel movies. When is anybody gonna bitch about all the nostalgia factor? It's pointless nostalgia. All it is just people our age are now becoming, big Hollywood executives, they're writers, and they want to remember the things that they had. It's a generational thing. I mean, hell, Frasier's coming back. I didn't even watch Frasier, and you know, well, I don't know why I said it like that. I never watched Frasier, but that's just because I watched like a lot of UPN. I watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Martin, and all that. What does that say about my upbringing? Oh, and my chain.
Oh man. um, the nostalgia thing hasn't really worked. Really, with anything. You mean you had How I Met Your Father, which got canceled after 2 seasons.
God awful Bel Air reboot. That was the first contribution I made to
That was right.
this podcast.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think this is a phase we're going through, but I don't see it stopping anytime soon. We're like you said, we're
Oh,
getting a Frasier reboot. We're getting all these other things coming back. So I think I know where our rankings are going to go this time. Ahmed, what would you give Good Burger 2 on the box office QB's rival scale?
I cut it.
Saw that coming a mile away.
Yo, did you?
um,
Did you?
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna start it.
Oh,
You're gonna
oh,
hate
you're
me.
dead to me. Oh, you're dead
You're
to
gonna
me.
hate me.
You are dead
I
to me.
enjoyed it.
I quit.
I was
I
laughing.
quit.
I was laughing on the couch,
Oh,
having a
you
good
laughed.
time with
Oh,
this.
you're dead to me. I can't do this. Come on, Jeff. You're better than this. You're an educated man. You should.
Keenan and Kel, keep doing your thing. Don't listen to Ahmed's review. Um, but anything else you want to add about Good Burger 2 before we get out of here?
all I mean, I really wanted a cheeseburger, when I was like thinking about watching the movie. And I will say, I went into this movie with no expectations. I think it's just, I think it's maybe it's something for the kids. I think if children watched it, they would like it. I think it's just not for people our age. The nostalgia factor, I think, wasn't for me. Um, you know, if people liked it, good for them. Nickelodeon, keep doing your thing. You make people happy. Sponsor us. You know what I mean? Do people?
I blasted your movie for 14 minutes. Let me, but send us shit. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, Goosebumps. Sony sent us some stuff, and I wear their shirts proudly.
Goosebumps
Thank you,
bought
Sony.
Ahmed's fandom.
Yes, they did. I will sell my soul to you, Sony. Nickelodeon. I'm looking for work.
Please send this man a Keenan and Kel hoodie yesterday. All right.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we are sponsored by Rival Fantasy Sports, Ahmed. You can go to joinrival.com/boxofficeqbs to get $25 in free play, $10 on your first deposit, up to a $200 deposit match. You can play fantasy bingo. You can bet against your league mates in fantasy football, which is pretty fun. Like maybe I say, I think I'm going to kick Ahmed's ass this week, or Ahmed's going to kick my ass. I put $20 on him to win. So we can do it that way. They got some fun stuff. Go check them out. But I am Jeff. That's my friend Ahmed. This has been another edition of Box Office Quarterbacks. We'll see you guys very, very soon.